So today was an awesome day on the 48 due to it being back on wheels for the first time, and probably I don't really know exactly, but it's been at least 5 months, I would say. So today was the first time in 5 months that this thing has been back on all four wheels, which you're going to see by the end of the video. So I started with the steering here. I put the old steering box back in. I'm just taking a chance. I really don't know how it's going to work out, but I'm going to try to use the original steering box and the original steering components with the straight axle, which you'll see in a moment. But before I could even put the axle on, I had to put the steering column back in and all that, which is very, very easy and took about 2 minutes. I kind of skipped through it. I didn't really show the whole process because there's really no point. You guys saw the whole process of me ripping it out, but I just kind of had to put that up through, which was the hardest part, and then putting this down through was obviously fairly simple. It's, as I'm speaking right now and what you're seeing, I have not yet, I don't do these videos too far ahead or anything. Like I literally do them as I go. I put them out as I go. So I am to a point right now where, as you can see, I have the straight axle underneath the car for the first time, and it's actually sitting on its own weight, like it's where it needs to be. And I'm really, really hoping, I mean, we'll find out in the next episode. I don't even know yet, it's not like it's some surprise, but as you can see, the steering rod goes right to where it kind of needs to be. So I'm really hoping that I can just hook it up. I'm waiting on a helm joint to tie into the steering so that I can steer it, but that's all I'm missing is that joint. So, and I didn't even know that that's what it was called, a helm joint, Heim joint. It's like a steering rod end. It has like the ball with the hole in the middle that the bolt goes down through, and I need one of those, so I had to order one because no parts store in my entire town carries one. But I just figured while it's under here, I might as well, make sure it's centered, and just to kind of mock it up and see what it looks like. I'm not burning anything in yet because I'm just not ready for all that. I just want to see how this is going to go. I might have to move things around, but I can't describe the feeling to see this thing back on its own wheels. Like it feels great. It's a lot. It was after a lot of work, after a lot of thought that I put into this, after a lot of money, to see it sitting on its own wheels, and I can actually move it back and forth. It's a really rewarding feeling. I mean, not to mention it looks awesome. Like you'll see in a minute how high up it sits because I put the front end back on. had to get every angle in there, but I put the front end on here in a minute, and it looks, there it is. That is the stance I wanted. That's how I planned it. That's how I pictured it. If you watch the second episode, I show a car that's similar to this. I don't know if it's a Plymouth or a Ford. I can't even remember, but that's the stance I wanted. I don't want it to be too freaked out, and it'll lower a bit. It'll probably lower about 2 or 3 inches once I put the engine in and the transmission and everything. But that stance is exactly what I wanted, and I couldn't be happier with it. But that hood that I have on there, I'm going to be going hoodless, but I just wanted to kind of see what it looked like with a hood on it. Obviously, the hood was never painted. It's the original yellow. But it is what it is. I mean, it's aligned. It's straight. You know, I'm almost ready to burn it in. I just want to make sure that the steering goes the way it's supposed to go. And I'm really crossing my fingers on this one, because if it hooks right up, I'll be amazed. I highly doubt it'll go that way, but we'll definitely find out in the next one. Thanks for watching.